Dude, I'm telling you, it was a genius plan. Having a fake family to get weed from Mexico, I mean, it was genius. It was a genius plan. How did you not like this movie? Get out of here, would you? Look, I like the storyline a lot. You know, it's not one we see often in movies, but shows seem to have that that story pat down. You know, I've seen it a few times, which is probably why I enjoyed it a lot more than I did. You know, I did because I haven't seen it in a while. I miss things I tend to enjoy after they've been gone for a while, and but yeah, I like the drug dealer gets in trouble with the boss. Boss gives a second chance. Dealer has conflictions. Dealer gets the win in the end. It's a interesting story to see. Usually, that's usually the bad guy here. The dealer's usually the bad guy. Now we see him as a good guy, just actually trying to find something he wants to enjoy. You know, after a long time of dealing, it was a good story. So if you think about it, it's the thing is it's a little predictable. A tiny minuscule of a particle is predictable. At least in my opinion. There were some parts I kind of saw coming. I'm not saying all moments, but a few. Only because if you pay attention closely, you can kind of put two and two together. Especially if you saw the trailer, it's kind of obvious there. But it didn't really matter because they put them so far apart from each other that you actually forget, which in my opinion allows you to enjoy it more, I would say. And I did. Obviously, I did. I did love this film tremendously. In my mind, going in, I was actually questioning this film. Like, was it going to be funnier, or maybe better than World's End, or maybe The Heat? You know, it. The thing is, World's End hasn't even come out yet. Until later, and it was actually questioning whether which of those three films I would like more. And in my little world, that's the way I see it. It's I would say it's World's End definitely on top with a combination with World's End with a combination of hilarity, awesomeness, the story, casting and directing. It was just too good. Then this film, I would say, The Millers, and then Heat. I mean, all were hilariously brilliant. They were brilliantly written as well, and obviously well directed. Directed. I will own. I guarantee you, I will probably own at least two of those three, maybe even all three. When they come out on DVD. Where the Millers just had everything. The others had basically they had what the other two had. Heat and World's End, I would say. It had good writing, great directing. Overall, it was very funny and it was hilarious. But when putting a cast, for this type of a film, you need to have the right people. With the right, with the right comedic timing. It's kind of hard to do. You know, when you pick the wrong people. When you pick the wrong people, it tends to fall apart and doesn't do well. Ed Helms was great despite only having like a few scenes and a few parts of dialogue. Um, and then you got to give the mustache mogul himself, Mr. Ron frickin' Swanson. I am, of course, I'm talking about Mr. Nick Offerman. Who doesn't love Mr. Offerman from Parks and Rec? One of my favorite actors of late. He's fantastic for this film, and he's just as funny as he is in Parks and Rec. Loved him in this. I couldn't have been happier with this cast. Well, I mean, with him in here, I should say. And then you have the stunningly beautiful Jennifer Aniston, who was just wow. I mean, I was just fucking speechless on the amount of things that was done in this film with her. I thought Horrible Bosses was like up there. It's, you know, Miller's just like right there on the edge. It's just as raunchy with her as it is. And then you have the kids. The kids come into play here. Hey, you have Emma Roberts, who was just gorgeous as she was funny, and Will Powder, who if you don't know really, because I don't think anyone else really knows, he was used to Scrub, which I found was an interesting factoid here. And honestly, I think he pretty much stole the show towards the middle end of it. He was definitely a big part of this film. I definitely enjoyed him in it. I, all in all, the funniest thing I saw it's pretty much the funniest thing I've seen all week. You know, it's better than This Is Us with One Direction. I can tell you that right now. I saw that, and don't worry, no review, because I'm just no review. I told you that before. I'm not doing a review of that. I'm telling you right now. It's gonna be for like 5 seconds. I'm just gonna say no, no, despite the awesome songs, no. Look, I can tell you that right now, though. I mean, look, it had good writing. I guarantee you'll laugh throughout the film. You know, the entire thing. You know, it's fun. It's a fun film to cap off a good night, or you know, just when you're hanging around with friends. You'll love it just as much as I did. Um, so when you're putting on, you know, when you're putting all the pieces together, yeah, I am definitely recommending this film wholeheartedly. Granted, the casting here did do its job here and put me in the seats. You know, it put me in the, you know, put my butt in the seat at the end of this. Um, but but it's what we got, and I'm definitely recommending to check it out. It is a fantastic film. Maybe not fantastic. It's good. You know, it's a fun film to watch. Definitely a good hanging out movie. You know, when it's a good film when you just want to laugh and laugh and laugh and just want to forget about everything that's going on, you know, in your life. You just want to watch something awesome. I definitely recommend it. Obviously, what I also recommend is subscribing to my channel. I thought you saw that coming already, but yes, you can click one of these beautiful people right behind me, Jason Sudeikis. You know, click him. He's awesome. Jennifer Aniston, beautiful, funny. Emma Roberts, just as funny and just as hot. Well, Powder, go for it. I don't care which one you pick, because I will put squares all over this. Yes. You don't think I will? I will. Watch me. This is my show. This is the Gare Bear Review. I'm the Gare Bear. This is my house. Literally, it's my house. Yes, so make sure you also share my videos on Facebook and on Twitter, because you're cool like that. The next one is You're Next. What do you mean I'm next? What? What's the next film we're doing? Stop saying I'm next. Oh, you're next. Why are you next? You're not a film. Okay. Your Next is the next film that's going to be, okay. Duh. The next film is going to be Your Next, not you. Right there. You. Oh, definitely you. I don't like you. You're definitely next. Just stay tuned, fellas. Ooh, ah.